Phillip. Yep. Yeah. Fine. Goodbye time. Oh, there he is. Song. He takes dancing to a whole new level here at Bridges. He created a dance floor in the corner. That's right. I mean, so that's what I was thinking. The next expansion for this place: break down this back wall, make a beer garden out there, outdoor stage, or a raised platform, I should say.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Wouldn't work in the winter months, but
you don't come back inside of it.
Everybody loves a good Oktoberfest in the beer garden. Also, I don't know what the regulations are for Cave Creek.
Oh, yeah, you have to worry about that.
Yeah. The ordinances. I bet there's an ordinance. You gotta get a permit.
That's Catholic. You ever see the other guys?
I know I have. Hold up. Back up.
He's Catholic.
I got the dirt on you, Eric. Let's see.
Everybody on the show except me is just stirred my yard.
And fucking son of a... I'm gonna mess up his name every time. We are 7 minutes away, and right now the live feed is currently going, so be careful what you say around the microphones over against the wall. I constantly talk shit about people. I should. My mother is so mad at the things I've said about her. We're live streaming it. It's right now. It's just they're picking up the vocals, the sound, but it will be live with pictures in 6 minutes.
You want to give a quick sponsor shout out?
Quick sponsor shout out: Karen Medina and Crescent Salons, Living Spaces, Sunny Soap, Stevie Ray Vapes, and Bagel Fields Bagels, best Bagel Fields Bagels in the world. 29th Street and Thomas. Charles Walker does. Bagel Fields Bagels. If you'd like to get booked or know what the live feed is, go to www.tickle.com and you can get it all there. Living Spaces.
Wait, where can I book a spot?
Oh, I just said www.tickle.com. That's where the live feed and you can book a spot.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Living Spaces are.
I just needed the audio. I just needed that audio. You need to hear it and say it. Closed captions are picking it up.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah. do?
I'm thinking 2023 is your year.
Yeah.
2023 is your year.
I actually got a friend coming who has material and he wants to get time like as soon as possible. Okay. He'll be like a big guy. I barely know him, but
Do material?
I fun with him twice. He has jokes. He says he wants to do comedy. He has jokes. Right?
Give me and Sean's contact info.
I will. I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna let you shake his hand.
Have him hit the website also. Make sure he mentions your name. Because that way it's in the record. It's just on the WordPress. It'll all go into one spreadsheet. Anyways.
Okay, I don't even know.
There's a book a spot link at tickleyourblog.com. Only reason I'm saying is then just have him mention your name.
I got you.
And then I'll have it in text. You know what I'm saying?
I talk now. That's all you do.
Oh, we're live.
Somebody say it's all me, baby.
What?
I just heard what I wanted to hear. You did say that. Okay. I was like, am I hearing stuff or am I just hearing what I want to hear?
We can probably give it an extra, or we can start right on time. It's up to you guys.
I want to make sure that music goes down. She turned it down.
This is the slowest night we've ever had.
Ready? Let's do this.
Good evening and welcome to Tickle Your Home Comedy's Weekly Comedy Festival. We are here every week doing this. It's the greatest and only weekly comedy festival. We are cleaning up in submission fees. I'm Sean McCarthy and I usually host this bad motherfucker every week. But last week we had Eddie Cruz come in and guest host, which was really nice. I took a night off and did stand up. This week we have the wonderful, I'm going to pronounce his name wrong because I was fucking up even though I know it's supposed to sound sort of bad. Anyway, Saavan Patel, I probably said it wrong, but he's going to be hosting tonight. Apparently I forgot to post on MySpace. We had a show. This is the first time we've ever started with less than standing room only in a year and a half, so it'll be nice. It's a little intimate right now. I'm sure people are just a little delayed by the odd rain in this neck of the woods and the coldness of tonight. But the warmth and the humor will spread out into the world and universe. Hey, a couple of sponsors I got to mention. Number one, Living Spaces. We have to say that like 500 times, and I'll just randomly yell that out during people's act. I hope it's okay. But more importantly, Crescent Salon, Carrie Medina and Crescent Salon, right here. Go check her out. Get yourself made more beautiful. Find yourself a seat right up front. There you go. Living Spaces. I have to say that for those folks right there. There you go. So check out Carrie Medina, wonderful young lady, and Crescent Salon. She will make you more beautiful. And there is that. So we have a wonderful lineup of comedians tonight. We had a couple people cancel due to sickness and a couple home issues that happened at their casa. But we always have a few comics to fill in and people who are willing to make up the time. So we've got a couple special, fantastic people on the show tonight to fill in. Which is wonderful. We got 5 right here. Let's hear it from my favorite people right over here. We'll let them get adjusted for a minute. I think they're going to order some Cavassier for everybody. That's what I used to drink when I was a kid. I thought it was cool. I was like, let's get some Kavasi and cocaine. It sounded exotic. And it was. We have a couple more folks come on in and sit down. We have a wonderful show about to happen. I don't want you guys to miss Mr. Patel. He's one of my favorite comedians of all time. And I'm just battling right now until we get him up here. 2 Jews walked into a bar and bought it. L'chaim. Thank you very much. That's my favorite. My favorite Jew joke ever. We're going to talk about Jew stuff later. All right, he's back. Let's go. My man. There it is. Warm up those ears with that hat. Has no idea what I'm talking about. Let's go Michigan State Spartans right fucking now. Right now in the house, dude. I'm calling it out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Michigan Spartans in the house right now. Eddie Cruz's sweet, sweet friends and fans right here, folks. See how that works? And of course, Carol Freeman's in the audience. Like, go Hawks, I should say. Go Hawks, go Starbucks. Go that seafood place where they throw fish at each other. The market. I think I babbled quite enough. All right, we got to say that. Oh, and Rayboi Mitchell is right there looking wonderful, folks. Say that, Rayboi. He's our, by the way, our favorite Mitchell of all the Mitchells that do stand up in Phoenix. He's our favorite Mitchell. Lamar used to be our favorite until we met Rayboi. Then Lamar got demoted to number 2. Don't tell him I said that, guys, but I think he knows it. We're on a live feed. I'm not ashamed of anything I say right now. Lamar, you know I love you, but it's okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to turn the show over to tonight's host and very wonderful MC. We're really thrilled that he's taking over the show tonight and going to host. And I'll be doing a set later, which is a fun thing for me because, like I said, I've been hosting this bitch for about a year and almost 8 months now since we've been back after Chlamydia 19 shut down whole America. So, ladies and gentlemen, if it burns any pee, get a shot. But more importantly, please put your hands together for a man who's taking over tonight's Tickle Your Bone Weekly Comedy Festival, Mr. Saavan Patel.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to Tickle Your Bone. This is the only ever in the world weekly comedy festival. It's the best comedy club in Phoenix / haunted house. You'll never get to experience something like this anywhere else. How you guys doing? You guys feeling good? Yeah. Nice. A little bit about me. My name is Saavan. No one knows how to say it, but that's okay. That's just a part of being foreign. I go to Starbucks, I just lie about my name. Everyone always is like, oh, the Starbucks barista got my name wrong again. I'm like, why do you keep using the same name? Just use a different name. That's what I do. I say, order for Sam, and they know. Everyone knows I'm lying. Everyone knows this space doesn't belong to Sam. But they appreciate it, you know? They're like, oh, thank you for lying, Sam. I don't know what your real name is, but I was going to mess it up. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You know how you know your name's not important? You can change it. You can just walk into court and be like, I don't want this noise. I want a different noise. And they're like, fill out these forms, sign at the bottom, you're good to go. It's that simple. You guys remember roll call in high school? You guys remember high school?
Yeah.
There you go. I just sit here for anything, it didn't matter. Saavan, here. Savannah, here. Saddam, Allahu Akbar. Hey, man.
Did you see Ali Akbar?
I've been going to therapy. Anybody here go to therapy? Nobody? Oh, you guys think you're perfect? You have nothing to work on? Alright, well, I have stuff to work on. I go to therapy, it's nice, I like it. My therapist says I overthink a lot. She's like, you need to stop caring so much about what other people think of you. I'm like, it's pretty hard to do when I can see you taking notes on me. It's right there. She also says I gotta work on my anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety stuff. It's hard to do stand-up sometimes, but it's getting better, you know? Like now this is like a good anxiety. Like it's really scary, but it still feels really good. It's like anal. No, you guys don't like anal? It's fun, try it out. No, therapy's good. I think there's a lot of stigma attached to therapy right now. A lot of people are scared to go, but don't be scared, you know, just, it's fine. My last therapist actually told me that I need to work on my abandonment issues. And then she quit her job. I was like, that bitch owes me money. Therapy's fun. Christians should go to therapy. Do you have any Christians here? That's a lie, everybody's Christian. You guys like won the religion game. Christians should go to therapy. I don't have anything against your religion. I'm just saying, confessionals are the same thing as therapy. You just walk into a room and talk to someone about the negative thoughts in your brain, right? A therapist is just a priest who can get you drugs. What troubles you, my child? Oh, well, sometimes when I'm in traffic, I'm thinking about murdering people. 4 Hail Marys and some Adderall, you're good to go.
Couple Addies.
What else is going on? I like that Christians do confirmation. You guys get to, you got to reaffirm your faith, which is nice. You get like a second chance. It's cool. Because I don't have that in mind. Once you're in, you're trapped. It's not whatever. But Christians, it's like you get baptized, and then 10 years later, they're like, "Do you want to get that booster shot?" So it's a nice thing to do. I also have ADHD. I've been dealing with ADHD. ADHD just means it's a condition where you're pretentious. That's the entire disease. Because it's just like you're just trying to concentrate on something, and your brain's like, I don't feel like it. That's the whole thing. It's getting better. I want my mom to go to therapy. She really needs it. She's got OCD. I haven't told her, but I'm pretty sure she needs it. She's like cleaning stuff that's already clean. And I'm like, Mom, you don't need to clean it again. Sometimes I'll try to tell her. I'm like, Mom, sometimes there's a condition that forces them to do stuff like this. And she's like, oh, well, that sucks. At least when I do it, it's my choice. And I try to help. No, she's cool. I argue a lot with my mom. We don't really, I love her, but we don't really get along. I told her about comedy. I was like, Mom, I'm going to be a comedian. She's like, you're going to be poor. I'm like, okay, that's true, but Sean is changing that. Yes. $25. Fucking balling out.
Balling right now, bro.
Watch out. No, that's cool. I like her. She wants me to be more religious though. I don't like that. She's like, I don't understand what's so hard. Just be a proper Hindu. Look, I've already tried Korean barbecue. I'm not going back. You know? She wants me to get married now. Like now, she'll be like, you have to marry an Indian. And I'm like, you've divorced 2 of them. What are we talking about? I love her, alright? I love her. I only make fun of her because I love her. I also have a dad. He's cool. Alright. No, she's great though. I'm not really ready to date. Or I am ready to date. I'm not ready to get married. I have bad luck in relationships. Do we have any couples here? Woo! There's one right there. How long have you guys been together? 3 years? Oh. 3 years! Alright, easy. They're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it. I'm messing around. I just get really, I'm single. So I get really angry whenever I see happiness. You know? I hope you guys don't make it. Okay, that's my boy. That's Eddie, that's my boy. I'm messing around. But yeah, I got cheated on in my last relationship. That was pretty hard. Don't cheat if you don't have to. If you have to, it's fine, but just try not to. Because now all I want is for him to cheat on her with me. I'm not gay, but for that kind of revenge, I can make an exception. I'm not good in relationships. My first relationship, actually, this is true. My first relationship, the girl told me that if I ever broke up with her, she would kill herself. Right? Like, I'm not that funny, right? Alright, that's enough about me. We're going to kind of get this show started. You guys ready? Your first comedian comes to the stage.
I can test fight. Come on! Test fight!
Royalty. Oh, we got royalty in the building. Michael Tesfa. Let's give it up for Michael Tesfa. Good to see you. This first comedian coming to the stage. Sorry? You're supposed to sit there, according to lady. Alright, your first comedian coming to the stage, he is going to be doing the funniest comedian in the universe contest on Sunday. He's here to work out his set. Please give it up for Chris Banks.
What's up, everybody? I'm Chris James. No worries. Heck yeah, wild energy in here. I'm just going to beg that you please don't rush the stage. You might miss it. Alright, I'm working some new stuff out. Is that alright for you guys? Yeah! Let's see what we can do here. Dang, but, how's everybody doing tonight, guys? Doing good? Alright, heck yeah, that's good energy. I'm having a rough day myself. I went to Jimmy John's, got myself a 6-inch sub sandwich that made me question the accuracy of the tape measure I keep in my bathroom. was like, if that's 6 inches, I've been lying to every woman I've ever texted. And like, hey, maybe Jimmy John's gave me a couple extra inches of sandwich, so right on. But I was just trying to take my pants off and enjoy a tuna melt. Now I feel insecure about my penis. Alright, that's a rough one. It's a start though. Let's keep moving. I got a couple zits. I picked up an astringent to clear up a couple zits I got, you know. And now I've got a couple dozen zits. Yeah, I don't know what astringent means, but based on the results and the smell, I'm pretty sure it's Spanish for hobo piss. Pretty rough. I feel like a couple scientists like ran up and were like, hey, what are you, some kind of hobo? Here, piss in this bottle. We'll tell that comedian it's face wash. Haha, you know how scientists are always trying to trick you? Fuck. You gotta take swings, folks. If you don't take risks, you don't get herpes. It sucks though. I did get tricked with that astringent. It did the opposite. You know, last time something like that happened, the dentist gave me anesthesia to pull my wisdom teeth, but when I woke up, I was circumcised. It was a tough night. Tough day that day. Speaking of circumcised, I have a dog. How'd you like that transition? I have a dog. He's pretty unique. People always like shout racist stuff at us when we go for walks. They're like, what is he? I don't know. I'm not like a dog breeding expert or something like that. I do know that he's that kind that, like, they always call dangerous, you know, like on the news. They're always like, they're dangerous. Whatever, I can't remember what it's called. Like, oh yeah, incel. My dog is an incel. You may have seen him on that Instagram page. You know, you may have seen both of us featured. Pets who look like their owners. Yeah. It's a rough life, dude, on this comedy scene. But it's true. Yeah, I deleted Tinder after I only matched with one, like, really rude lady. Literally the only reason she matched with me was to tell me I look like the serial killer from Non-Binary Country for Old Men. That's not what it's called, and I think you know that. Yeah. But I tried to respond with humor, you know. I was like, you know, I am tired of people calling me a serial killer. But when I was a kid, I did murder Applejacks. Applejacks was the name of our family cat. But she was like, you look like you take women on dates into national parks and then drive back out alone. Like, oh, cool, Gabby Petito burn, right on. It's cool to weaponize someone's tragedy like that. Really love that. But she wasn't totally wrong. You know, I have driven away every woman I've ever loved, never to see her again. There is that. You know, I don't like strangle women to death, I just suffocate them with codependency. Yeah. Hold on, I think I have a tag for that. Yeah, I am proud to say the only thing I've ever killed on a woman is her sex drive. You know, and I didn't even need like a ligature. I just said, I love you. I know, it's sad. It's sad. I tried to warn them too. I told my ex, you know, when we broke up, I was like, I told you I'm a hopeless romantic. She goes, I thought you just wanted to buy me flowers. I didn't realize that meant you were like jealous, bipolar, and clingy. It's like, hey, Jesus. It's not my fault you don't know what words mean. Alright. Beware of anybody who ever calls themselves a hopeless romantic around you. I'll just end it here, you know, it's just that I fall in love too easily, that's my problem. You know, and that's why I can't hook up. Plus, it's really awkward, I hate that conversation afterwards, you gotta call and be like, hey, just calling out of respect, to let you know I caught something. And she's like, oh God, what is it? And I'm like, feelings for you. And she's like, oh, gross. I was hoping you were going to say AIDS or something. Alright, I'll get out of here. Thank you guys so much. I'm Chris James.
One more time for Chris James, everybody. Chris James. Sorry I got your name wrong.
That's okay, I love you.
names are not important anyway, so.
Call that.
Alright, we're gonna keep the show moving. We're gonna keep the show moving. This next guy is the reason that no one can get spots at Stir Crazy. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Messing around. I like this guy. He's our favorite Mitchell. Alright, please put your hands together for Rayboi Mitchell.
God damn it, Saavan, that was black on black crime. My vision is horrible, and I've been looking at this guy. Are you black? Are you black? You. It must not be you. He turns around. He's like, I can't see you. I got bad eye. I'm just happy. I want to say, hey, man. You'll never see so many of us in here. Shit, how was y'all holidays? How was y'all holidays, man? It was cool, man. I got invited to my first white Thanksgiving. Yeah. What took you guys so long, white people? I got invited to my first white Thanksgiving, and I was a little nervous because, you know, the rumor is that white people don't know how to cook. That's what they saying about y'all. I didn't know if it was true. And I went over there, and I was pleasantly shocked. Like, did you know, brothers, did y'all know that pumpkin pie, if you season that shit right, it tastes just like sweet potato pie? It's the same fucking thing. She know, and look at her. She's like, yeah, I can't see, but she's like, yeah. She seasons it right. I can tell you season your pumpkin pie right. And I'm not gonna lie, I fell in love with green bean casserole. Oh my fucking God, 32 years I never had that shit. He's like, oh yeah. They never told me. You guys never fucking told me. Like, basically I want to say is that I love my white Thanksgiving so much that my black family has been comparing me to Kanye West. Because white sides matter. White sides matter? Okay, fuck it. I thought we would get that. Fuck it. It's because white sides matter, not because I hate juice. Did you hear me say juice? Juice. I don't want to get canceled. I say juice. I have a speech impediment. I recorded myself having sex recently. Yes! Yeah. Fellas, don't do that shit. Like, if you're not a porn star, it's probably for a reason. Do not record yourself having sex. All I can say is the closest I've come to having a BBC is if I develop an English accent. It's bad. It's bad. Like I say, women appreciate your body organs because you got the best organs. You know, you got the best. You don't got a name one. You know, you only got 2 of them. But it's the best. But I always hear women talking about getting breast reductions. Like I never hear men talking about getting penis reduction. Like fellas, any fellas in here need a penis reduction?
Yes. It's too big.
Outside your dildo then, right? But everybody else, like fellas, we never need penis reduction. Like I would give up a vital function of my life to have a bigger penis. Like I would be blind if I could get like 12 more inches of dick. I wouldn't even eat a walking stick. I got one already.
Hey now!
Mm-hmm.
Living spaces.
Shit. Who loves fat babies?
Oh, me.
The fat babies, like the 150-pound babies. Y'all, alright, I'm gonna tell you on a flashback that I remember in life. You guys remember Mari? Before Mari was baby mama shit, they used to have the real subject. Like they had, shading secret crushes and shit. But they used to always have this one segment I used to love. These fat ass babies. Like 200-pound babies, 12 months old, eating a slab of ribs. It used to fuck me up. Because as a kid, I'm like, why aren't these parents in prison? Like, who the fuck is feeding this baby? Okay, you guys didn't like that. Fuck you. But I mean, it's a 12-month-old baby. Like, a baby don't know how to make a roast. He don't know you're supposed to put a roast in the oven for 8 hours at 250. He don't know that. That's on the parents. That's enabling. Let me get one more before I get out of here with you guys. Oh, goody. Okay, this is about my mom. She's a great lady. A little promiscuous, but who's judging?
She's a good woman.
Yeah, she's a good woman. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her promiscuity, and I appreciate that. But It used to get her in trouble sometimes. Like, my mom fucked a lot of guys. A lot of guys. I hate to say it. But one time she fucked a married Muslim guy. Ooh, and that was the worst. Because like all 13 of his wives found out. Yeah, they came to my house and beat my mom's ass. That was fucked up, but I'm ready, boy. That's my time. You gotta make some noise for that home tomorrow.
One more time for Rayboi Mitchell, everybody. We're going to keep the show rolling on. The next guy came all the way from Montana. I think that's like where white people are made. Please put your hands together for Mr. Zac Allen.
Let's keep it going for Saavan. It's good. Hoodie season. Let's go, baby. Hoodie season, my guy. Hoodie season. I'm so hyped. I love hoodie season. I can be anything I want underneath here. You have no idea. Like, how much do you think I bench press? It's 500 pounds. That's why I love the hoodie. I get to be humble. I get to respect my values with a hoodie. That's why if you ever see like a couple from the Midwest where one is like obviously hotter than the other, I guarantee they met in December. They're like, yeah, I had no idea what they looked like. We made love with our coats on. It's called coat fishing up there. That was fun. I shook this guy's hand. I was playing golf with this older guy, and I shook his hand to start the round, and it was a weak handshake, like even by my standards. And he looked at me and just immediately frowned. And I could just see it in his eyes. He's like, oh no, like this is just another weak kid. And I like it more when that's like a reveal, you know? Like I don't like coming out the gates with it. Yeah, I do hate like how important that is to like that older generation. You know, like my grandpa always told me, he's like, hey, when I was younger, I got my first job because I looked him in the eye and I just shook his hand as hard as I could. Just cut off his circulation. Like that's like the thing, like if you ever see like a really old guy and he's missing a hand, it's one of two things. It was either the war or human resources. Just hiring people all the time. They're like, yeah, I lost it over in Korea. Town Convention Center. It was a job fair. We lost a lot of good men that day to corporate. Thank you. That's cool. I'm close to my dad. I love my dad. My dad at school, he had me when he was still a minor. He was 36. He was just working in the mines. Fun.
Mining spaces.
I've been pretty happy lately. That's been good. If I still do stand-up though, that's like a weird thing to do when you're happy. So, and I'm not gonna lie, like in the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, I kind of want his life a little bit. Like, stand-up is one of the only things in this world where you'll be jealous of someone who openly wants to kill themselves. Notice it's comics laughing about it. And you guys know the song, like, Oh Come All You Faithful?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That song gets me unreasonably hyped. Like I'd hear it and be like, oh come let us adore him. I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh come let us adore him. Oh come let us adore him. Cries the Lord. People putting their hands up to praise. I'm in the corner just shadow boxing. I don't even care. I'm like, another round of communion on me, baby. What's that, Satan? You want some of this? Come to me. I don't even care. So fun. song, like even just singing it, like I gotta come down from this high. That's fun. I love living down in Phoenix. Phoenix has been cool. I got a lot of Hispanic friends down here, you know, not to brag or anything. They call me homie every once in a while, and I'm not gonna lie, like as a white guy, that's a really good feeling. Like I called up everyone I know from back home. I'm like, oh, you're going out with your friends tonight? I'm a homie now. My life is a movie. It's cool. Like I'm always trying to relate to my Hispanic friends because my step-parents are Mexican. So I tell them, I'm like, hey, you know, I'm step Mexican. They're like, yeah, that's not a thing. And that's fine. You think I want that energy in my quinceanera? No, Daddy's princess is gonna have a good time. Principes di papi. A lot of times, like they'll say, like down here, like they say, like Phoenix is like not like that diverse of a city, and that's always weird to say, like because I'm from Montana. Like I know it's more diverse down here because you guys call them white people. Like up there, it's just the people. Like I was a diversity hire because I'm tall. Like I'm tall with long hair. I checked every box in the workspace. Like for the longest time, the closest thing I knew to any kind of diversity was a little person. He was also white. There's no joke. I said that at a show in Phoenix, and there was a family from Montana in the crowd. I said that, I heard a voice in the back, yelled out, Seth! He knew exactly who I was talking about. Craziest thing. I have a very large Adam's apple. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, that was rude. It's still my body, Raven. When I was younger, I was really self-conscious about it, and I was talking with my dad, and I just told him, I was like, hey, I think I have the largest Adam's apple out of anyone I know, and he's like, no, that's fine, like, don't worry about it. And then we sat in silence, because that's our relationship. But then about 30 minutes later, he was like, you know, when I was working in the mines of Wyoming, there was this guy named Frank. I'm pretty sure Frank had a bigger Adam's apple than you did. I was like, were you thinking about that the whole time? That was 30 minutes for a, yeah, if you guys go back to back, it's a toss-up. Well, that's fun. I appreciate you guys. Bless you, I'm Zac Allen. Have a good night. For Eric Sobczak.
What's up? It's always weird when they put two people back to back who get confused for women from the back. I'm like Zac Allen after one hit of weed. Us whites gotta stick together. You didn't think it was gonna go like this, did you? Okay, let's. Oh man, what can I even say after that?
Racist faces.
Gotta be like that. It's like, what did Kanye say after that? Then he said, how did he recover? All right, so what's up? Pretty season in full effect. All right, I'm gonna just start this over. All right, hey, what's up? My name's Zach. I'm from Montana. No, my name's Eric. I'm from Nebraska. No, and we were like, how is that different? No, I lived most of my life in Nebraska, so like I just gotta say, I live here in Arizona now, And it's just nice to be in a politically progressive place like Arizona, coming from Nebraska. No, yeah, obviously Arizona makes Nebraska look like Berkeley from the 60s. There's no way I'll top what I did earlier because how could that be? I'm just trying to run something. I don't know. It's like a different type of conservative in Nebraska. I think they're more. Well, I'll tell you. I was back home for a Nebraska football game, Cornhuskers football game. I'm buying beer at a gas station, 30-pack, Keystone Light, because that was like that was the only brand they had in that quantity. It was going to be that anyway. And before they ring it up, this lady's like, "Have you found Jesus?" I'm like, "Lady, I'm buying 30 beers in one package. I haven't even found Waldo yet. And he's got way more books than Jesus." I'm regretting everything that I did today so far. Let me tell you, when you've been to the top of the mountain, sea level feels like shit. It wasn't a Circle K. If that was a Circle K, that would have been a way different experience. We didn't have Circle K's in Nebraska. All I knew about Circle K's was from Bill and Ted, which was just oh, strange things are afoot. And then I went to a Circle K for the first time, and I'm like, oh, that movie's accurate. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Because it was I just heard this dude be like, "Yo, you trying to scrap? Trying to scrap? Let's scrap!" I'm like, I'm just trying to start my day with a cup of coffee. This dude serving cups of warm, fresh hands. Unless somebody says that and they're and if they're walking how you walk barefooted on hot landscaping rocks, then if they're "You trying to scrap?" They're not trying to fight. They're just trying to find a friend to go get some copper. They're like, "I'll drive. See that BMX bike out front? That's mine, even though I'm an adult. Let's roll." I moved down here for work, and I became friends with a coworker of mine, and he told me that he had a side chick. I'd never heard of that term. We don't use the word side chick in Nebraska. Your dad just secretly fucks other women and doesn't talk about it. But he was telling me he has a side chick that he didn't meeting up with her a lot because she would do things that his wife wouldn't do. That's why he met up with her, but every time they met up, she was always like, "You gotta dump your wife and be with me." So it was annoying for him. But I'm like, he was just using this woman how we use Internet Explorer at work. It was just infrequently for one specific task. But then every time you load it up, it's just "Will you make me the default browser?" Cool. Let's see. Dude, I don't know, man. Arizona, we only make the news for embarrassing reasons. You'll never hear Arizona scientists cure cancer. But you will hear Arizona politician accuses his opponent of having cancer because he deserves to have cancer. I don't know, we just had those dudes outside of the ballot boxes like armed, wearing tactical gear. They call themselves unofficial poll watchers. Like, which by the like poll watcher, like that just sounds like a slur Mark Kelly would be called by Donald Trump. Like, people are saying, Mark Kelly, total poll watcher. Nobody watches a poll like Mark. I've heard. When he was at NASA, and even in the Navy, his eyes were locked in like homing missiles on all of the dicks in the showers. Just staring at dicks non-stop. Total poll watcher Mark, I call him. So sad, so gay, poll watcher Mark. But I'll tell you, like, the most amusing thing that I remember from when I moved down here is in Arizona, you have places like in Tempe or the East Valley, they were testing driverless cars. But like, meanwhile, in Scottsdale, they still had police who ride horses. So you got robots driving cars in Tempe, you got cops fighting crime on horseback in Scottsdale. So like, what that means is, hypothetically, where Tempe and Scottsdale meet in that weird area above the 202, you could have a cop on a horse pull over a car driven by a robot. And that, my friends, is where your steampunk fantasies become reality. That's great. I don't know, I'll leave you with this. How about, I'm 38 years old, I have 3 beautiful children. 2 of them are beautiful, one of them is like, ugh. I have no kids. I just made that up. No, like my pull-out, I'll wear a condom and pull out. Like, it's like 2-factor authentication for not being a dad. No, I don't know. I just have a microphone. I can just like make shit up. Like, I could just be like, "Yo, I have $1,000." No, that'd be fucking awesome. I am a millennial, and I'll just. This is what it is like. I guess like we're not. We used to get shit for a while. Like, we were just catching heat nonstop. Like, we were catching heat off that fire that Billy Joel didn't even start in the '80s. But now, like, Gen Z is kind of taking it off of us, so that's all right. But like, this is what it was like for a long time being a millennial. It was like going to use a public restroom for the very first time ever, and then realizing that everything is broken, and then getting blamed for breaking it. It's like, this isn't my fault. Like, I just got here. Like, this is the first time I've been in here. How could this couldn't possibly be my fault? Like, all right, well, you got 2 questions. You got 2 options. You can either figure out how to fix this all by yourself, which nobody's been able to do ever, or you can do what we've always been doing forever, which is just shit on top of it, and then blame it on your kids. So anyway, man, these fucking Gen Z kids are fucking shit up, man. All right, guys, thanks a lot. My name is.
Eric Sobczak, everybody. He's a natural. He was born to do this. Alright, this next comedian is going to be the actual diversity booking on the show. You'll see why. He is the funniest comedian with a day job. He won the contest recently, so please give it up for Diethrich Shelton.
Did he just refer to me as the Diversity Act?
Yeah.
Before the evening? I'm African American. He is miscellaneous American. How dare you? Even if you know what? I'm wrong. I'm sorry. There is no proof that he is American. confused me because, you know, I remember the 90s and they kind of hated them. And so I had questions, and I'm like, so just because Ford brought back the Bronco, you thought you could bring back this throwback? And he's like, what can I say? I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I'm like, could have said I'd like a Thurman Thomas jersey. Because, you know, Thurman Thomas, too, was a, you know, Hall of Fame running back for the Bills, except his white wife's still alive. So, I remember back in 2016 when Trump won the election, and at that moment, white people had the righteous indignation to walk up to me and say things. Like, one guy says to me, hey, you know, some people had it worse than the slaves. To which I responded, that's a weird thing to say in Panda Express. But here's the thing, I did do some research, and it turns out that the Irish weren't treated very well during the days of constructing the railroad. And so here's the thing, they would send the slaves, they would not send their slaves into mines with dynamite because it was dangerous, but they would send the Irish into mines with dynamite. And the reason they didn't send their slaves into mines with dynamite, because at the time slaves had a monetary value, and the Irish, they did not value at all. And so the Irish did not like this. They wore red handkerchiefs in protest around their necks, and that is where we get the term redneck. To which my response was, if the Irish didn't like working conditions, they could simply, you know, leave. Could you imagine a slave trying to turn in his 2 weeks' notice? It is with a heavy heart and fondness regardless.
I was typing.
That I inform you, effective 2 weeks from today, I will no longer be at the Mount Royal plantation. The friendship and the memories I gained here, I will treasure forever. God bless sincerely Josiah Freeman. Slave master reads it, sincerely Josiah Freeman. Well, sir, you will be missed. You will definitely be missed. And then you throw out the obligatory, well, I'll come back and visit every once in a while. It's like, oh no, we're not going to miss you because we're going to let you leave. No, we're going to miss you because we're going to hang you. Because you can read and write. I'm not sure if it was one of Will Smith's idiot kids or Raven Simone that said, if only white people love black people as much as they love black culture, we would be further ahead as a society. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty profound. And then I remembered, oh wait, they're idiots. I don't want white people to love me like they love black culture, because I don't want them to try to steal me again. I would much rather white people love me like they love puppies, because we care more about animal rights than we do civil rights. And proof of that was I was walking through this mall, and these people were protesting this pet store because they buy from a puppy mill. I didn't know what a puppy mill was, so I asked the lady, hey, what's a puppy mill? She said, well, it's a place where they breed dogs strictly to be sold. Could you imagine if they did this with humans? I mean, you can relate. Yeah. Wait, what? Did you just compare black people to puppies? She's like, no, I love puppies. Like, wait a minute.
She said, no, I love puppies.
Well, which proves to me the world would be a different place if the Humane Society existed during slavery. You walk onto a plantation, you're like, man, you got like 100 new slaves. Did you go to the auction? It's like, oh no, these are all rescues. I open my heart and my home to these majestic beasts of labor, and I give them forever homes. And that's what we're calling slavery now, forever homes. But the question is, who rescued who? I am on the autism spectrum. I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. I have a hard time reading body language and social cues. I also have a tendency to either overreact to situations or I underreact. I will give you an example of both things happening in the same situation. I was standing in line, and this lady decides to try to cut me in line, and I'm like, look, sweetie, you're gonna have to wait your turn. She's like, don't call me sweetie. I'm like, well, bitch, you're gonna have to wait your turn. I mean, was that better? And as a result of my inability to effectively communicate, I have a hard time picking up on the ladies. It's not bad luck, it's not bad timing, it's me. Like this one lady says to me, Diethrich, you have nice lips, does that mean you're a good kisser? To which my response should have been, girl, you know I do my thing. But no, not my social retarded ass. Instead, my response was, I don't know, I've never kissed me. Which, by the way, is the correct answer, not the right answer. Because 3 days later, yes, it took me 3 days to realize, oh shit, I think she might have been hitting on me. So I've never kissed me, but I definitely fucked me. Alright guys, I'm Diethrich Shelton. Enjoy the rest of your
Keep it going for Diethrich Shelton. He's right. I'm a moron. I'm the diversity bookie. What the heck?
Yeah.
Sean, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only Indian in Arizona. What's your name, man?
I'm the coach.
What is it?
Tommy.
No, don't do that to me, man. What the fuck is your name? Amit Doge?
Yeah, that's good.
I said that correctly.
No.
Alright, we're gonna keep the show moving. Oh, I actually met this guy at Tempe Improv. We performed together. This guy's very funny. Please put your hands together for Phillip Jewell.
Everybody give it up for your host one more time. Yeah. My girlfriend asked me recently, she was like, yo, how do you watch porn? And I said, with my eyes and not my heart. I feel like it's fair distinguished, right? Because I think like men are perverts. We are. You know what I'm saying? We're perverts. And like ladies know that we're perverts, right? They get their own little personal pervert. Because once you're in a relationship, you can't do pervert shit with other women. Right? It's your own personal little pervert. But I think there's like levels to being a pervert, right? I think there's smart perverts and there's dumb perverts, people. Right? Like a smart pervert will get himself a girlfriend. So that way he can do all the perverted shit that he wants. A dumb pervert thinks all girls are his girlfriend. There's a difference, right? There's a smart pervert will send just his girlfriend a dick pic. A dumb pervert will send all the girls his dick pic. Doesn't work that way, right? A dumb pervert will just take pictures. A dumb pervert will take naked pictures of just his girlfriend. A smart pervert will learn how to take photography classes. Think about it, right? Because like a photographer is the smartest pervert out there, right? They even got gynecologists beat, right? Because gynecologists got to see the good, the bad, and the smelly. But a photographer gets to pick his clients. Think about it, man. Think about it, people. There's so many men out there that are trying to get nakeds sent to them. When a photographer, you take the nakeds and you charge to send them back. It's a glitch in the system, people. It's a glitch in the system. Nah, man. Happy to be here tonight. Anybody in here got kids? Yeah. Yeah. What are some ages? What ages of kids we got back here? 40, what? 20 sounds like goddamn, Carol. You don't have no 47 year old. One? What you guys got over here? 6?
16.
16. What you guys got over here for kid? 5. I like that. That's a good age. They just talk a lot.
13.
13.
14.
14. I like that ages. Girls or boys?
Girls.
Girls? Oh man, this is beautiful. Because I think the 11-year-old girl has to be one of the worst humans alive. Right? I heard 13's worse and 15 don't sound better, but I only know 11. And they're the worst fucking people. Like, it's just mood swing after mood swing. I'm on this emotional roller coaster with her in life. I don't understand it. She don't understand it. If you ever have to listen to an 11-year-old girl tell a story, you want to pull your hair out. I promise you. But my daughter, man, she's 11. Her name is Faith. right? We have a pretty open relationship. And she tells me that she wants to start dating. I said, hold on. No, the fuck you think you're gonna start dating at 11? Right? And like I said, her name is Faith, and she told me that the first boy that she had a crush on, his name is Angel. I couldn't make this shit up, people. I was like, well, fuck it, call me the Antichrist. Because I'll take Faith from an angel real quick. Kick this kid in his chest. Nah, man, I got a son who's 8, and he's a klepto. Like, people always forget, like, there's shitty people out there, right? And you're like, man, that's a shitty fucking person. You don't ever think, like, man, that could have been a shitty-ass kid. Shitty kids could turn into shitty people, man. I think I just might be raising a shitty kid. Like, he's the only 3rd grader that can't go up there and get his own tickets for the treasure box at the end of the week. Because he got caught stealing. Right? He was supposed to take 1, he took 5. Right? And, like, he keeps on stealing, and at this point, I'm like, yo, do I just teach him how to be a better thief? Because it's already instilled in him, right? Like, if he's gonna keep doing this shit, let's get good at it, right? Let me raise the Michael Jordan of thieves. Like you don't take 5 at once, son. You just take 1 extra 5 times. Like, you gotta think about it, man. You gotta be smart. You gotta be smart with it. You gotta be smart. Anybody in here in a relationship? Yeah, we got some relationships over here. Hey, how long y'all been together? 3 years. You guys ever go on any family vacations?
Yeah, we're about to.
Yeah? About to or have?
We're about to.
You about to? First one? It's exciting, man. I remember my first one I went on with my girlfriend. It almost ruined our relationship. It did. It almost ruined our relationship, man. We went on a family vacation. It was the first time that I got into the pool with her dad. And I noticed that they had the same color nipples. Right, when you see some shit like that, people, like, instantly I had to make a choice. Like, am I turned on or am I turned off? Right? Because the shit doesn't go away. Needless to say, I was turned off at the time. At the time, bro. Now I see him, I'm like, hey. You learn to like him, you know what I'm saying? Ask from your mama, nip it from your dad. Like, she tried to get it in that night, and I was like, yo, in the morning, right? She was mad as shit. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, my favorite time to have sex is in the morning. I call that shit crock pot pussy.
Hey now.
And for those of you that don't know the recipe, I'll give it to you. Before you go to sleep at night, fellas, you throw a blanket, a cover, or a quilt over her. You let her sit, you let her simmer for 6 to 8 hours, and when you wake up, it's at the perfect temperature. If you're in a relationship, you know. You know. Because when you're in a relationship, 3 years in, you get in there, you hump her butt 3 times, and she pushed back on the 3rd. That's a yes. That's a yes. That's a yes. That's just leave out of the words. That's a yes. Either you're gonna play asleep or you're gonna play with me. One of the fucking 2 things is gonna happen, and you got a choice to make. You goddamn right. I ain't got time to sweet talk you into this shit. Your breast stink, my breast stink. What do you think this is? That's what you have in relationships, man. I do though, man. Like, I hit 30s and I changed my taste in women. Like, when I was younger, man, I used to like skinny bitches, right? When I got older, I like BBWs. Yeah. You know what BBW is? What is it, right? Big, beautiful women. I love it, people. I love it. That means I'm done fucking skinny bitches. Like, anybody ever been in here fucking a skinny bitch and you hit her pelvic bone?
Oh, shit!
Yo, for the ones that know, you know that shit hurts. That shit hurts. It hurts, bro. It's like being on a roller coaster. You're just hitting the side rail like over and over and over again. It's like, get me the fuck off this ride. I do. Big thighs save lives, and I'm like, my bitch is super size. I do, but I'm real specific with the BBWs that I like, y'all. I like Latina BBWs with dark nipples. The ones that look like roasted almonds. In the summertime, they're salted almonds. They're interchangeable is what I'm trying to say, people. Because, like, who was it? Zac said it's like hoodie season. Like, you get you a BBW, you get to wear her hoodie around the house. I do. I love it, y'all. I love it. Yo, you ever been to Little Spoon? No. That was a long drawn out no. That motherfucker said, I'm looking here too tough. If you ask me, I'm a little spoon. No. 4 N's, 6 O's. Exclamation, exclamation. Don't knock it, fam. I'm just saying, give it a try. It's beautiful. Because, like, hold me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying, fam, let her hold you. I swear to God, it's life-changing. Like, it's okay to be tough, but every now and then, I want to feel safe and protected. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Tuck your right hand over, grab my titty, like, hold me. Just don't try to rub my shit. That's too much. Just grab it. You know what I'm saying? No, it's there. I do, man, because, like, we hear some shit when I'm getting held. I'm like, hey, you go check that shit out. It's your turn. I do, man. I like BBWs. I'll tell you something right now. Listen, big women are winning. Alright? Big women are winning. And let me tell you something, ladies. Yes, the bigger you are, the safer you are. And I'll explain myself. Nobody in this room has ever heard of a man trying to kill his 500-pound wife. Think about it. You know why? Because it's too hard to hide the fucking body. No one has that much time. I'll tell you right now, if Nicole Simpson was 500 pounds, she'll still be alive today.
Hashtag real talk.
I think about it. I think her and OJ would have their own cooking show on VH1. And it'd be called Taking a Stab at It. Hey! Before I get out of here though, man, I work as a barber. I know, I'm a bald barber. It's like having a fat personal trainer. People say some stupid ass shit in the barbershop. Right? This dude came in and his son's a freshman in high school. And when you're in high school, you have to get a permission slip signed to take sex ed class, right? And he was like, I didn't sign the permission slip. And I was like, well, why didn't you sign the permission slip? He was like, because his sex ed teacher's gay, right? And I was like, okay, well, why didn't you sign the permission slip? And he was like, because how is a gay man gonna teach my son how to please a woman? I said, sir, 99% of straight men can't teach their son how to please a woman. The fuck? And then I explained to this grown-ass man they don't teach kids how to fuck in high school. Fucking go, Epstein High? And I think sex ed is important, man, because I remember my dad giving me the talk when I was 13, right? And he was like, yo, son, you eat pussy? When I was 13. I was like, no. Because at the time, I had never even seen a titty. And then he followed it up with, well, do you eat ass? Which I thought was an ironic question to follow up with. And I was like, yeah. Right? He was confused, I was confused. He was like, what the fuck? And I was like, well, my sex ed teacher's gay. Hey, give me a follow on Instagram at the Phillip too. Y'all be great.
One more time. Go Jewel, everybody. He's a king. He's a diamond in the rough. Alright, I'm going to keep the show moving. This next guy is, I believe he's the owner of Stir Crazy. If any of the comedians want to offer him a blowjob after. I will. No, give it up for this next guy. His name is Mike James.
I'm not the owner of Stir Crazy. So, it's been interesting. I started comedy a long, long time ago, and I remember when Bridget's first opened, I believe the comedy was done in another area, and I was looking for a place to work out some new material tonight, and somebody said, oh, go out to Bridget's. I said, I haven't been there for a while, and they said, oh, it's different. It's shittier, actually. It's worse. This is a worse room than it was. You sound very disappointed. Oh, sorry. I turned 58, so I'm way older than most any of you in here. And I don't care. That's the thing about getting old. You don't care after a while. And that's been it for me. One of the things that, I'm going to give you guys some information about somebody from my generation, because I think we're misunderstood a lot by younger generations. and it's just how we view the world and some of the things in it. Like, for example, one of the things that I hear about, like people say that they're non-binary. They're binary, they're non-binary, or whatever. And that, when I went to college, we learned about computers, and I understand binary. And binary simply means either one thing or another, this or that. So you can't be non-binary, because either you're non-binary or you're not. So guess what? All right, that's over your head, I guess. You either are or you aren't. I also noticed that people get very sensitive now. Things weren't always like this. They feel like they're looking for reasons to be, offended all the time. Just like they're looking for it. You can't say certain things anymore. People assume you mean one thing when you don't. You can't say, I can't even say pitch black anymore. Now you gotta say, throw the ball, Tyrone, all right. I guess you guys just need more time than the average people. All right, that's good. I was on a plane a while ago, and I was, the gal sitting next to me. Plane, and then she wouldn't fucking shut up. You know how chicks are, So, I've been married for 37 years. I remember when I remember when I realized she's the one. We were on a date, and I was just looking at her. She's very beautiful, and I was just looking at her, and she told me that she's pregnant. So she's the one. That's how she's the one. And I've been married 37 years. It's a long time. It's an eternity, really. It's a super long time. It's just, if you commit murder, you only get like 30 years standard. 30 years. 30 years, just the same thing every day, day in, day out. 30 years, and then 8 more. That's how long 38 is. It's a long time. I remember when I got married, the pastor said, "Until death do you part." And I was cool with that. I just didn't think I'd live this long. It's a lot longer than I expected it to be. Trying to remember some of these notes that I took here of new stuff. I think the biggest difference between my wife and I, because men and women, we're different generally, at least traditionally, we're different. I think between my wife and I, the biggest difference between us is like if she does something wrong, nobody gives a shit. Okay, I guess that requires a little conjecture. When I do something wrong, people care. All right, you guys are just right on top of it. I guess some of the advice I've gotten about being married a long time is funny because I've been married a long time, and people will ask for advice, but sometimes they just offer it up, Like let's say, never go to bed angry, which doesn't make sense. When the hell are you supposed to go to bed? It doesn't make sense. So, some of the advice I've gotten is I don't know. You gotta spend quality time together, and I try to do that. When we first got married, I was in the military. I was gone all the time, and now I do this. I'm usually on the road, and so when I'm home, I want to take my wife out. We'll go somewhere nice, and she'll go anywhere I want. She doesn't care which restaurant we go to. She's pretty cool about that. Any place I want to go, she's good. Her only rule is it can't be one of the first 7 places I suggest. I don't know what that's about. You guys aren't really into relationships, are you? Just a condom pullout over here. You know what a relationship is. That's not a relationship. A relationship is after a couple of weeks, you're both sitting there, holy crap, did we do something? We been married a long time. Don't get me wrong, we still have sex like twice a week. We just don't videotape it anymore. That was a mistake. I don't know, maybe we'll do something else. What do you do for a living? Thanks for playing along, sir. I had a feeling you were going to say something like that.
Oh, you're welcome.
What do you do something? What do you do?
I used to fucking fill oxygen bottles for America. Wow.
You fill the oxygen bottles for America. Right. And then COVID came, and then you're like,
Oh no, I got drug tested by FAA fucking FAA.
you got drug
Failed it,
tested,
right? Yeah,
and you failed it. All right. So you were dealing oxygen,
Yeah.
and you got caught with drugs.
Yeah.
So what is it about taking drugs that would prevent you from being able to fill oxygen bottles? You feel like
Well, no,
you're gonna piss in them or what?
No, I got fucking drug tested. It was THC.
Oh, right, right.
FAA regulated
Yeah, okay.
federal shit. You can't do anything. So
All right.
I got terminated.
All right, that's enough. We've heard enough. Interesting. That wasn't interesting at all, was it? What do you do? What? What do you do at the bank? You're a loan officer, so you deny loans and accept loans? Or do you have to pass them on to underwriters? So you just fill out forms? Basically. Do you all work at the bank? Do you have any friends from work? Yeah. But your friends at this table, you all know each other? From what? From work? Oh, what was your first job? What? Oh, Golden Corral. Did you like fill the buffet with cold chickens? Yeah, I'm sorry, what? You did what? I bet, I don't know, maybe like 30 years ago, I don't know. I know how a buffet works. What did you do there? You went through the line? Oh, you hand out plates? Oh! Took a long time to get to that, didn't it? Alright, that's all the time I got you guys that.
Cashier, what? Are you stupid? This is my friend. It's okay. I'm just messing it up. One more time from update, everybody. Anyone else think he looks a little bit like Tom Hanks? No? Just me. Alright. Alright, we are down to the last comedian of the night. He is the reason why all of you are here. He's the reason why comics are here. We will forever be indebted to him. Please give it up for Sean McCarthy.
Thank you, sir. Let's hear for Mr. Patel right there. Oh my goodness. Yes. Let's hear for all the comedians you've seen tonight. Oh my goodness. Lord help me, Jesus. That was the most wonderfully fantastic comedians all night. Top to bottom, Jesus. So good. So good. Started off with Chris James. We just ended with Mike James from James to James. We literally went nowhere. Let's hear it for that. Let's hear it for that. Free Britney. She's home, folks. Britney made it home. She can sing again. Let's hear it for Britney Spears. She's free. Britney Griner's back, folks. We got her. I'm assuming we gave up some other athlete from the Russians that were maybe smuggling drugs over here. Who did they get? What? The Minister of Death? Victor Boot, the gun dealer that murdered millions? She can't even dunk! Get Britney home! And free everybody in jail for fucking weed, not just one dumbass that went to another country and wasn't smart enough to leave her fucking weed home. My mom would tell me that. My mom would go, "You're going to Russia. Don't bring weed, because if you get arrested, I ain't getting your ass back." So I'm sorry she got arrested, but seriously, who the fuck brings drugs to other countries? Your mom would warn you. But seriously, I'm glad Britney Spears is also home, folks. Let's hear for all the Britneys in the world that are fucking batshit crazy. Alright, whatever. fucking, let's hear it for the Suns. What I'm talking about right now. Goddamn, we love Charles Barkley. He's killed it this season, isn't he? Thunder Dan! I think he got arrested for assaulting another girl. Thank you very much for coming out, Len. Seriously, we have a bunch of wonderful comics. They're wonderful. And Saavan, thank you so much for hosting. We really appreciate you. I've been hosting for months on end. It's nice to just actually take a break. And, I got two things before I get into everything. I'd like to say that the bathroom has been painted. It's brand new paint in the men's bathroom here, which is really wonderful. And somebody last week decided to graffiti in there, and I'd just like to point out the bad graffiti that was laid. Fresh paint in the bathroom paint, and then someone took out a Sharpie. And if you look in the men's stall, ladies, go in and check it out. They'll let you know. And the style of it, someone said, "Hey, here's some fresh paint. Let me get out my Sharpie." And they wrote, "Your wife is awesome. Best blowjob ever." Which is basically, it annoyed me because I'm like, that's a run-on sentence. There's no punctuation. Should have been, "Your wife is awesome, comma, best blowjob ever," maybe an exclamation point, really drive the point home. But then what threw me off was then he made like 5 stars, but like the third one's sort of colored in, the first one's not colored in, the rest are empty. So I'm like, this isn't even like a 5-star review. This is very fucking wishy-washy. Like, is it 1 star, 3.5 stars? Does she suck good cock? What's going on with this fucking watch? So for future reference, let's get some punctuation, fill out a fucking good review. Should I pull my dick out and let this horse suck it or not? Fucking leave me wishy-washy. Thank you very much, sir. I went to the casino last week. I'll tell you this, as I had some friends who were driving down, it's 202 or whatever it was. I go, "Hey, we should stop at the casino. I'll give everybody $20. I got $100 on me, so let's go shut it down and take all the loot." They're like, "That'll never work," so I go, "Trust me, it will." I'm a hopeless optimist, but I just love to like gamble for like 20, 30, 40 minutes. I like to play craps, and I like to play the roulette, yeah. So I walk in, I was like telling these 2 friends of mine, these 2 ladies that never gambled, I go, "Here's $10, here's $10. Put it in this machine, start picking up numbers, and then you win when it spins, and the number, you win money." Well, lo and behold, they took $10 both up to like $30. They thought they were fucking winners. I'm like, "Woo!" I said, "Yeah," I was like, "Woo!" I said, "Go gamble, girls." They go, "You want that $10 back?" I'm like, "Fucking keep it! I'm like, fuck, I'm rich!" $10 or whatever. So then I go, "I gotta go find craps tables. This is awesome." I almost got thrown out of the fucking casino. I walk up to this woman who is obviously cleaning up trash, and stunningly wasn't Mexican and didn't speak Spanish. She was like Croatian or something. Some of those, like Ukraine. She got smuggled out before the war. But I looked at her, I go, "Hey, where's the craps tables?" And she looked at me and she went, "Craps? Men's room?" And she pointed and I go, "No, craps. Where's the craps?" And she goes, and she points and I realize I'm going like this. She has no idea what I'm saying in English. I'm going craps and going like this. She's thinking I'm like, "Can you jerk me off?" So she fucking eyes got big. She's like Bunny Ranch. She was not. She did. There was a guy that came over and he was like, "Craps is over there." And then he said something to her and she calmed down, but she freaked out, thinking literally I was asking her, "Where can you jerk me off?" I think in Croatian. It's very uncomfortable. Don't do that motion to people who can't speak English. It's not conducive to good times. Funny as fuck, though. Let's hear for the Kanye reference earlier, Eric. That was the greatest thing I've ever seen. With me being a Jew. How many of the Jews are in the audience tonight? Yes. Yes. Me and you in the back door right here. Let's go. Here's the thing. Kanye's lost his fucking mind, but how can you hate a whole race of people? Like a whole race of people. Kanye's like, "I hate all Jews." I'm like, "All Jews, Kanye?" Seems counterproductive. Again, advice my mother gave me: don't take drugs to other countries, and you can't hate a whole race of people for one asshole. Kanye didn't get that advice when he was growing up. Kanye said, "I hate all Jews," and I hate when people do that because he's like, I'm sure there's one specific Jew that pissed off Kanye. Okay, I'm a Jew, and let me tell you something, there's Jews that annoy the fuck out of me. Okay? But I don't just go, "Oh, I hate this whole fucking race because this one person." I let people know, hey, this person over here is a human, and he's a complete prick, and I want to tell you his name to avoid all of you from getting fucked over by this said person. I don't just sum it up, so I wish Kanye would at least tell us who the fucking Jew is that fucked him over so bad that he hates all Jews so much so we can all avoid him. You can make a song about it and tell us. I need Rabinowitz. Took my fucking money or something. Narrow it down. And of course Kanye, the way Kanye fucking backs up going, I hate all the fucking Jews, but going, but you know I love Nazis. Like what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? You couldn't be more ass-and-holish. It's like the whole fucking, I hate when people are like, oh, it's fucking like the devil's advocate. I'm gonna say something so fucking crazy. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's like me going, oh yeah. It's like, oh, well, you know, slave ships never sunk. They were built real good. I'm just saying they built good ships. You can't say that. That's just wrong. I don't care how good the craftsmanship was. I don't care how the schooner sailed. Fucking prick. You have to love everybody, is my point. You have to have compassion. You're a musician, Kanye. Kanye's problem is, like everybody who fucks with the Kardashians, you become fucking crazy. Batshit. People are like, how did Pete Davidson get away so gracefully? We'll see. Time will tell. 6 more months of he's running around with his dick painted like a Cheeto going, Kardashian! We're like, we know. This is really a racially diverse crowd, I will say that, though. A couple people pointed out, me being the only Jew here. I will say I don't like white people, they smell like bologna. We are do bestest comedy here. We are all inclusive. We're like the United Clubs of Benetton's, I'm gonna say. We don't even promote that. Like we don't even say, hey, we'd like one of each race to show. We'd like to have the Noah's Ark show. They just come in pairs. They just show up because they know they're safe. They're like, hey, this guy's a Jew. He loves all fucking people. You don't even care what you're into. He said you can put your junk in other people's junk as long as they agree with it. Just fucking do it. That's what I feel. I don't think anybody should identify as anything but just a human. We're all just humans. Everybody wants love, and everybody just wants to fuck each other in some wacky, crazy, awesome, weird, wonderful way. And as long as it's consensual to put your shit in their shit, fucking do it. Fucking do it. It's a short ride. We're on a rock rolling around the world. We can all be dead tomorrow. Just fucking be happy for 5 minutes. Stop having wars and stupid stuff. Just love each other. And if you're going to identify as something, don't identify like I'm a she, her, them. I don't care about any of that. No one cares about your sex. Identify as something fun. Like, hey, guess what? I identify as a shoe. I'm a table. Be exciting about it. I'm going to tell people that I identify as a 9-year-old simply because I want to play Little League again and fucking hit 100 home runs. When I was 9, I played on the worst Little League team in Hillside, New Jersey, the Hillside Giants. We were 0-15. Before the 16th game, I quit the team because the coach was a fucking asshole. Now I identify as a 9-year-old. Next year I can hit 100 fucking home runs, but I'm a fluid 9-year-old. So after the game I tell people I'm 53 so I can fuck their mom. It's the best! It's the best way to ID because you get everything. Oh my goodness, we gotta get out of here. This has been a really wonderful time. By the way, the show used to be in the other room. John had it in the other room. And it was uncontrollable because it was 4 guys that people were scared that were bikers. It was like 6 old guys that bought leathers down the street, rolled their Harley up here and like heckled like 4 white comics and they got scared. And they're like, this room's crazy. And John moved it back here. And John had it on that side and I flipped it to this side. But also when John had the show here, there was only 3 people ever at the show. Now we're standing room only, killing it. John, I hope you're watching this live right now. And John had the show here for 10 fucking years and ran it. It just was like, I had enough of this show. I'm going to have an ending. And then he had fucking COVID hit. And then during COVID, he's like, hey, do you want the show? I'd like to keep it friends. I was like, yeah, I'll take it over. We'll see what happens. And a year and a half later, a year and 8 months later, we're here and it's wonderful. And I've actually done like maybe 4 sets. Hosted most. Here, this is a cool thing. We make so much money, we get to pay some of the comics. We don't have a cover. We don't have a minimum. We don't tell people to bring anybody. We never have contests. You know why? Because we just have the best fucking comics ever. We don't need to go and play games. We just say, you're great. You come play our show. And then if you're going to fucking write anything in the bathroom, use correct penmanship. That's all we fucking care about. Punctuation. Thank you very much. You're awesome. Alright, I gotta get out of here. Oh, by the way, I'd like to say that living spaces. I have to say that? Oh, it's a good thing. Okay. So, here's the funniest thing. So we do really have great audiences. That's why I was saying this. So besides the fact we do have like great comics and great audiences, we've really been full. It's very supportive, like very, very supportive back here. And I even tell people, don't even worry about sitting up front because no one's going to heckle you. And by the way, we only let good-looking people in the show. Take a look around. You're good-looking. If you walk out there and sit at that bar, you can see who's not good-looking. Just gonna say that right now. But once we had this woman that heckled like the whole show, and I was hosting, so it was funny watching. They kept going back on, but she was like, "Cindy, go here," and the only heckle she would say the whole show is every time she heard something she didn't like, she just went, "Nope." It was like the worst thing, but it was like literally someone made a joke about Catholic priests like molesting kids, and she just goes, "Nope." And then so another comic made a joke about Mormons, and she was like, "Nope." It was kind of funny, but then like another comic said some shit that was kind of racist, and she just sat there like, "Yeah, okay, I'm on board with that." Like didn't say anything, you know. And then someone made like 4 jokes about Jews that wasn't funny at all, but they were busting my balls. They were just being a prick, and she was like, "Yeah." So it was hysterical that she you could kind of like see like where her mindset was, but like after the show, like everyone's leaving, and I'm walking out, and she goes, "Hey, let me tell you something. Those comics, some were funny and some weren't. And you may run the show, and you were funny, and you were cool. But I gotta tell you something. This is why I don't think this show was funny. Can I talk to you?" And I just went, "Nope." And I walked like right fucking by. Fucking bitch, I kicked her on the way out. She's the meanest person. We've had like the most wonderful people. And I'll tell you one last quick story, because this is funny. I was talking to my sister about this today, because I called her on the phone. Me and my sister and my mom, we were driving through Florida. Florida. And it was a road trip. We were going to see cousins. But we drove past, we were down the freeway, and there was a sign that said Kissimmee. And, Kissimmee. And my sister goes, "Look, kiss me." I go, "Kelly, fucking idiot, it's Kissimmee." And I said, "You're making me say it wrong." I said, "We don't leave anything." She goes, "No, it's kiss me." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." So we kind of get like back and forth with my mother's driving. She gets mad. So I knocked it off for being assholes, like whatever. But it's funny, so we literally pulled off like right about in Kissimmee to go get some food, and we were like in Kissimmee, and we're eating. And it's so funny because my sister's at the table, and she's still being a twat, and I started to bust my balls. She goes, "I know, it's Kiss Me." I go, "No, it's Kissimmee." I go, "Kelly, it's not Kiss Me, it's Kissimmee, it's no damn text later." And she's being an asshole, and then this dude that works here walks by, and my sister goes, "Excuse me, sir, where are we? How do you pronounce it?" And he goes, "Burger King?" And they just walked on by and fucking snotted out. All right, you're wonderful, thank you very much. Sit down,
One last time for Summer Park, everybody. Give it up for all the comedians you saw tonight. Give it for the only other Indian to ever enter Arizona. And give it up one time for yourselves. You guys have been a great audience tonight. We had a lot of fun. Yes, that's our show, Tickle Your Bone. We're here every Tuesday. No cover, no minimum. Just bring your happy asses over and have a good time. Drive safe. Take care of yourselves. Good night.